The very first thing to remember when dating is not to leave your date waiting, whether that's waiting for the date to begin or waiting for you to come back and join her at the table. Don't ever leave a date waiting.
Probably not a good idea to have your iPod on during a date. Hello? Hello, excuse me. I'm over here.
Don't talk about your failed previous relationships. Your date won't hold your hand and listen to your sob stories.
Among the things to remember on a date with somebody is don't cry too much. Crying excessively in front of somebody that you barely know can make for a very uncomfortable date and will most likely leave your date rather speechless, as he probably won't be sure how to comfort you, and you'll feel quite embarrassed. Another thing to keep in mind when you're on a date with somebody is to not force them to play a game with you if they're just not interested. It can be quite boring for a date if you are constantly trying to convince them to play, for example, rock, paper, scissors. No matter how many times you try to convince them that this is a good idea, if they're not into it, they're just not into it. And even if later in the night you feel like enough time has passed and you could try to bring it up again, it's really best to just let it go.
Always remember that you're on a date with another person. Don't do anything that might embarrass that other person, even if you think it might be super fun. Like dancing alone to no music.
Don't dress like a clown. Save your costumes for Halloween.
Despite how well you think the date might be going, it's probably not a good idea to confess your undying devotion and love or propose marriage.
Also, please remember to drive safely. You don't want your date thinking that you're a crazy driver. And worst of all, you definitely do not want to get into a car accident.